Hey guys, it's Raspberry the Jam Gamers here, and today we're going to be doing the entire history of Fleetway Supersonic from Mobius-233.
Time to party!
Supersonic is a psychotic demon-like entity who manifests himself in Sonic's body under conditions of extreme stress or exposure to chaos energy. Sonic frequently had to battle to keep his alter ego in check because Supersonic's immense destructive powers, hyper-aggression, sadistic humor, and lack of restraint frequently endangered innocent civilians and even Sonic's own friends. He deliberately holds back to prolong the pleasure of killing them. Supersonic was created when Sonic absorbed a dose of evil energy that had been absorbed by the Chaos Emeralds. History of Supersonic, Mobius-233. Sonic's first transformation into Supersonic happened shortly after the events of the South Island incident, having successfully regained all of the 6 Chaos Emeralds. However, when brought together outside of extreme cold temperatures, the Chaos Emeralds became unstable and radiated chaos energy, generating a spiral warp that sends them into the special zone. This happened when they were collecting the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic's secret underground base. And there, Sonic took the full force of their energy and transformed into Supersonic. Sometime after, Sonic and Tails were helping to clean up the Oil Ocean Zone. An Alcarius bandit attempted to burn Sonic alive, having lured him into an oil trap, but failed when Sonic transformed into Supersonic. This was the first time that Sonic had transformed without absorbing energy from external sources, that he could tap into his latent chaos powers whenever he became stressed or extremely angry. Though Sonic was fully aware of Super's existence, he had no memory of what happened while Super was active. Due to Super's uncontrollable nature, these transformations were extremely risky. On the first occasion, Supersonic attacked the small rabbit that he freed from the Aquarius, as well as Tails and their friend Red, until Tails was able to remind Sonic who he was and calm him down enough that he reverted to his usual cool blue persona. Sonic continued to transform into Supersonic, first to escape a volcano in Hilltop Zone, and then again in the Oil Ocean Zone while searching for a super bomb. On these occasions, he was still aggressive, but his power could be diverted. For example, in Hilltop Zone, Tails managed to curb Supersonic's destructive instincts through reverse psychology, leading him to prevent the destruction of a village, just to show that he could. As time went on, Supersonic became both more powerful and able to fire energy beams from his eyes, and wielded explosive chaos energy. After indulging himself with emerald power from the Master Emerald, Supersonic tore apart a Metallic's robot, then began to savagely beat Knuckles until Sonic returned to normal. When Supersonic fought Commander Brutus, destroying the robot's troopers and tearing off his arm, Super nearly killed Amy Rose when Brutus tried to use her as a human shield, noticing too late that Super wasn't stopping. Separate entities. A turning point came when Sonic went to visit Porker Lewis on the floating island, and accidentally fell in the pit in the Emerald's chamber, over which the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald were suspended. Supersonic was even more deranged, and with no immediate threat to occupy him, decided on a whim to destroy Amy Rose and the other freedom fighters. After a destructive battle, the freedom fighters used the tornado as a decoy while they escaped. When Sonic returned to normal, he believed he killed his friends, and so went underground. The freedom fighters managed to track Supersonic's energies using the Kinderborg computer, after he transformed again during a bar brawl. To save Sonic from himself, his friends channeled the Emerald's radiation out of him through a star pulse into the special stage, but so great was the energy that Supersonic was now given an independent existence in the special zone. The new Supersonic allied himself with a crime kingpin, Lord Sidewinder, using Sidewinder in order to bring the original Sonic to him. The instant Sonic arrived, Supersonic turned on his new associate, but protecting Sonic and Sidewinder's gain with energy shields, so he could have his pleasure destroying each and one of them personally. He brushed aside the attacks of Sidewinder's minions, but before he could destroy Sonic, they were interrupted by the arrival of the Chaotix, which ended when the Omniviewer absorbed Supersonic into his energy field and used his space-time manipulation powers to freeze him inside. immobilizing both of them. Eventually, however, it transpired that the Omnivore only managed to slow down time to a crawl, and that Supersonic would eventually escape. Sonic and the Chaotix sealed the Omnivore in the Black Asteroid, hoping even if Supersonic escaped from the Omnivore, he would still be trapped. Somehow, Supersonic was able to work out what had happened. He charged himself up with energy, turning himself into an electron bomb, and forcing the Omnivore to release him from the time field. Omni escaped, but Supersonic continued to charge up, heating the Black Asteroid to millions of degrees, so that from the planet below it looked like a second sun. The explosion of the Black Asteroid would create an electromagnetic pulse that would wipe out all of the electricity circuitry. So in the moments before the explosion, Sonic had Omni teleport the asteroid to Mobius. On Mobius, the electromagnetic pulse deactivated all of Dr. Robotnik's badness and computers, commuting to the downfall of Dr. Robotnik's dictatorial rule over Mobius. However, Supersonic was also somehow changed by the explosion, becoming unable to store energy and had a sense of amnesia. Turning good. Wandering the streets, unaware of who he was, Supersonic was taken in by 2 old-age peasants once back on Mobius' service. He was plagued by nightmares of terrible demons trying to destroy him, and eventually he decided to try and find out who he was. Marge gave him Arthur's beer money and sent him on his way. Supersonic applied for work at the Groovy Train, a coffee bar owned by the witch Ebony and her psychic friend Pajamas. Pajamas sensed an evil presence in Supersonic, but since he appeared so weak, Ebony dismissed the claims. They decided to help Supersonic regain his memories, thus learning the horrific truth behind his identity. In the process of fighting the supervillain Biohazard, Super's evil returned, but Pajamas and Ebony managed to erase his memory of the incident, returning him to his more quiet self. Super realized that he wouldn't be able to use his powers without turning evil. He resided with Ebony and Pajamas from here on in, living a peaceful life. During the second Chaos incident, it was revealed that Supersonic was dying as his Chaos energy was running out, since he was born of pure Chaos energy. Emily helped him reach the site of the confrontation between Sonic and Robotnik, and the monstrous Chaos creature, hoping to recharge him. Supersonic hurled himself into perfect chaos, absorbing all of the Chaos energy from the creature and reverting it back to the Dracon state. Unfortunately, the re-energized Supersonic had reverted back to his demonic state. In order to save the planet from him, Sonic and Ebony worked together to trick Supersonic into getting closer enough, so that Super and Sonic could merge into one once more. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. This was pretty easy to make, well, to record, but to make it's probably going to be hard because I don't really know, because I'm just filming this after I've done my recording. But nonetheless guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of Speed Timber. See you guys later, my jammers. Bye bye.